in the drug guar gum, right? It is also one of the gum. Since we have discussed acacia gum, tragacanth gum, and many gums, so the guar gum, it is also one of the carbohydrate containing crude drugs. And we are going to, this is the last drug in the carbohydrate section, right? So let us discuss the pharmacognostical details about the guar gum. These are known as a guar gum, then jaguar gum, right? In this GUAR guar, JA will be attached, right? I'd say prefix jaguar gum and guar floor and decorpa, right? So these are the synonyms. Biological source: guar gum is a seed gum produced from the powdered endosperm of the seed of Symphosis tetragonallodobus lean, belonging to the family Leguminosae, right? So this is the scientific name of the guar gum, like Cymopsis tetragonallobus lean. Okay, so coming to the geographical source, the guar gum or the cluster bean is a drought tolerant annual legume that was introduced into the United States from India in 1903. From India, it has introduced in US. Remember, commercial production of guar in the United States began in the early years of the 1950s and has been concentrated in northern Texas and southern western Oklahoma. The major world supplier are India, Pakistan, and the United States, Australia, and Africa. These are the country where guar gum it is cultivated. Rajasthan in Western India is the major guar producing state, accounting for 70% of the production of India. Guar is also grown in Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, and in some parts of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. India grows over 8,50,000 tons. You just imagine, or 80% of total guar produced all over the world, right? So that's what we are the largest producer of guar gum. 75% of guar gum or the derivatives produced in India are exported mainly to the United States and to the European countries also, right? So that's what, first of all, India it is producing 80% of the total production in the world, and it is exporting this particular gum to the US and European countries or other countries also. So let us discuss how it is being cultivated, collected, and preparing for the gum. The plant of guar gum is drought resistant and quite hardy in its constitutions. Okay, you can see here in the image how this it is guar falli, also it is known as the where curry is very famous for this also, right? Curry will be prepared. It is generally sown in May, June, and harvested in September, October. The showing of the seeds will be done in the summer and it will be harvested into the winter. That's what September, October. At the stage of fully maturity, the plant yields 800 to 600 to 800 lb of seeds per acre under unirrigated condition, but the production nearly doubles under irrigated condition. If you are having water supply facility wherever you cultivate it, the you can double the production of guar gum, right? First of all, the fully developed white seeds, this one you can see into the image, fully developed white seeds of guar gum are collected and freed from any foreign substances. Here may be the stone particles, glass particles, some other foreign substances that we need to remove. The sorted seeds are fed to the mechanical splitter to obtain the bifurcated guar seeds, which are then separated into the husk and the respective cotyledons having the embryo. The guar is found into the endosperm. That's what endosperm it will be there. There we are going to the gum we are going to find out that we are going to use, right. Generally, the guar seeds comprises the endosperm 30 to 40%, germs or embryo that is called a 45 to 50%, and the remaining husk will be 14 to 17%. So that is the anatomy of the guar seeds. If you are doing the cotyledons having a distinct bitter taste are separated from the endosperm by the process that is called a windowing. You can see into the image how the windowing will be there. This side fan also you can start. If no fan, the natural airflow also can be used. If you will from one certain height, if you will that if the particular things will be fallen down with the air, the low weight particle, they are going to go forward along with the air, and they will be collected in the front some distance, and the high weight will be falling down there only. So this windowing will be help to separate the particular this thing endosperm. The crude guar gum is that is the endosperm is subsequently pulverized by means of micropulverizer, right. Here a micropulverizer it is there, followed by grinding. Okay. The relatively softened cotyledons sticking to the endosperm are separated by mechanical sifting process also can be used, right. Mechanical sifting. Thus, the crude guar gum is converted to the purified form or devoid form cotyledons, which is then repeatedly pulverized and shifted for several hours till a final white powder or granular product is obtained. Okay. Description. Color. It is colorless or pale yellowish white color powder. Odor. Characteristic. Taste. Gummy taste. Chemical constants. If you talk about chemical constants, the water soluble part of guar gum contains mainly of a high molecular weight hydrocolloidal polysaccharide, that is galactomannan, which is commonly known as guaran. This you should remember, guaran, known as guaran. Guar, an will be suffix. Guaran consists of a linear chain of 1,4 beta D manoparenosyl units with alpha D galactopyranosyl units attached by 1,6 linkage. However, the ratio of D galactose to D mannose is 1 is to 2. The gum also contain about 5 to 7% of proteins, right. 5 to 7% of proteins in the gum itself will be there. That's what this particular guar gum it is used for the curry purpose also, and it is very famous to prepare the curry. But actually main source of this particular seeds we can see that is for the gum purpose only, right. So this gum it is very much useful for the prepare in most of the pharmaceutical formulations. That's what this drug becomes important. Coming to the identification test, if some similar looking substance or inferior quality of substance will be mixed along with the original drug, so how you are going to identify, right. So confirmation test will be there here. So the first test which suggests that when you are treating with iodine solution, that too point 0.1 normal, right, it fails to give the olive green coloration. Generally, with iodine solution, other gums they will give olive green coloration. But here you need to remember is it fails, right? Means it is not giving the olive green coloration. So that is the first test. If you are adopting, and if you are not getting so, or if you are observe olive green coloration, it means what? There is some adulteration, or the drug is substituted by the some other or other species of drug. Second test which you can perform, that is, it doesn't produce pink color. Okay, na? When treated with the ruthenium red solution, generally it should produce pink color if you treat with the ruthenium red, but it doesn't produce. Wherever it is there, it fails, it doesn't. That you need to remember, right? Generally here only the not word, if you will not see, it will be different. Distinction from sterculia, gum, and agar. The third test which you can perform is 2% solution of lead acetate that gives an instant white precipitate with guar gum, like distinction from the scrotoria, gum, and acacia. That you can differentiate when it will be mixed, agar gum and this one. Fourth test which you can do, the solution of guar gum, 0.25 gram in 10 ml of water, when mixed with 0.5 ml of benzidine, that is 1% in 1% of ethanol, and a zero point 0.5 ml of hydrogen peroxide, produce no blue coloration. Here you need to remember no, fail, not, right? So generally blue coloration should be there, but that is the distinction from the gum acacia. So like that you can differentiate or bifurcate. Aqueous solution of guar gum is converted to a gel by addition of a small amount of borax powder, all of you know, right? So that borax, if small amount of borax if you will add in the guar gum aqueous solution which has been made into the water, it is going to convert into the gel form, right? Uses. What are the use of guar gum? Guar gum is used as a protective colloid, a binding and a disintegrating agent, emulsifying agent, disintegrating agent in the tablet capsule, right? Solid dosage form, emulsifying agent for the for preparation of emulsion, bulk laxative. It is going to increase it is going to help into the formation of facus, right? Hepatitis, it is one of the very good appetite, right, which will increase the hungerness or the, right, that's what. The depressant, it is also one of the depressant, and it is also used in peptic ulcer therapy. Since it is, we could see that it is forming the protective layer. So what is peptic ulcer? Generally the wound will be created into the your digestive tract, so that is going to make you realize for the burning sensation. So it is, whenever it will be consumed by the patient in the case of ulcer, it is going to form a protective layer. Industrially it is used in paper manufacturing, printing, polishing, and textiles, right? In it is having textile uses also, right? Textile industry, they are going to use meal, paper meal also in paper manufacturing. This gum materials, the gummy materials, it is going to be useful printing also. And also in food and cosmetic industries, guar gum is extensively used in fluorescent and or dressing and treatment of water. In water treatment also it is having major role. Guar gum has been shown to decrease serum total cholesterol level by about 10 to 15%, right? So that's what cholesterol level, it is very much essential to reduce. So it has been already proved that it has shown into the research that it is reducing the serum total cholesterol level. Low density lipoprotein cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, right, by up to 25% without any significant effect on triglycerides or high density lipoprotein cholesterol levels, right? See, this is the reduction property. The ability of guar is affect gastrointestinal transit by contribute to its hypoglycemic activity. Guar reduces postprandial glucose and insulin level in both healthy and the diabetic subjects, and may be useful adjuvant in the treatment of non-insulin dependent diabetes, right? Insulin dependent one diabetes and non-insulin, so it will be useful into the non-insulin which diabetes it is creating, the sugar level is increasing by without even the insulin it is secreting then also, so in that case it can be used. Guar gum remains important ingredient in over the counter weight loss preparations. Even in the absence of weight loss, guar supplementation for 2 weeks reduced blood pressure by 9% in moderately overweight men. Those who are in moderately overweight, for that, for them it is 2 week reduce the blood pressure, right? Guar supplementation. So that's what uh, by completion of these drugs we could know that how the guar gum it is very much having very much medicinal value. First of all, it is making anti-diabetic, we can say anti-hypertensive, we can say, right? Pulse in ulcer also it is useful. So now you can add in your vegetables whenever you are going to the market, you can purchase this guar gum and you can make this as a part of your food, right? Since it is having a lot of health benefits, right? Thank you all.